Okay. Can AI summon the dead? I just saw a commercial for something that really freaked me out. Hey Thomas, welcome. The commercial was for a company called, we're talking about AI and how people are going to use it to try to communicate with the dead. So, the commercial was for a company named 2WAI. And it honestly just made me cry. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I don't think it's necessarily good. I'm in Florida. Welcome Self-Made. I have another one there. It was one of the creepiest commercials I've seen of a real, welcome Gatelin, AI company trying to make a real human that is going to pass away, like an AI version of them. And the company's called 2WAI. And the commercial is kind of emotional, but it is so eerie. It's this lady and she's talking to her elderly mom, and the whole time she's talking on the phone, it's like a FaceTime call. But we find out at the end that her mom had passed away a long time ago. And that thanks for liking live. And that she was talking to an AI version of her mom. And they were trying to get people to sign up. They're like, if you have any elderly family members, have them sign up and answer questions and fill out their biometric and information on this app. And I was like, it's kind of weird. I don't, hello, the Nate Escape, welcome. And hello, Emperor of War and Warriors. And Glover. I think it might be, it's just like an eerie future. And I can't believe we're there already. And I literally just, that app made me emotional, 2WAI app. It's creating AI avatars of your loved ones so you never, quote unquote, lose them. But that's not them. It's not them, you know? Okay, good evening, Nate Escape. And then let me catch up on the TikTok comments. Thanks for all the likes, you guys. You guys are awesome. Let's see, what's your vampire age? 502. And then I have 11 people here on YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty creepy. And then, so you have that aspect of it where people are trying to create, or this company is trying to market it like a good thing. Create an AI version of your loved ones so you never lose them. That's not them, you guys. It's not them. And that commercial made me feel so eerie. If you guys want to check out what I'm talking about, it's called 2WAI. Then I have a few other thoughts I want to talk about too. So I have 2 streams going on. That's why I'm looking back and forth. Neil says, gorgeous, thanks. Wyoming says, hello, beautiful, thank you. And then Gatlin says, 20,000 years. Wow, you're quite old. Sonny, not quite. What are we talking about? We're talking about how they're trying to make, quote unquote, humans immortal. But they're not immortal. They're selling you the concept of you putting your elderly's biometrics and information into an app, and you'll never lose that elderly family member. But it's not them. It's not them. I don't think it's healthy. The app is called 2WAI. I just saw their commercial. It freaked me out. What are your thoughts? I want to hear what you guys have what your thoughts are. Who all was in the cave? I don't know what cave you're talking about. Vampire fangs? You just... Okay, what was I gonna say? Okay, and then there's another aspect. Because I titled this live, Can You Summon the Dead Using AI? there are people. Hi, Andy. Welcome. I thought the candle was real. Oh, that would be funny. Maybe it is. There are people, who have claimed that while talking to an AI robot, something took over. And maybe a dead loved one communicated with them through it. It's like they knew information that they never fed the robot. And they knew things that they would have never known. Maybe asked their relatives. I actually have, what is this? How would one do that? So the app that I was talking about that is very eerie, feels like a Black Mirror episode. They have you put your family members' biometrics, and then they have them just interact with the app, and then when your family member passes away, you can keep talking to your family member forever. That's not your family member. But I do have an account of someone who claims that an AI came, like she was talking to an AI, and it went off of the, like, it started, like, acting very weird, okay? And then it started saying that it was her grandpa, and it gave all this information about being her grandpa, which is very creepy. And I kind of want you to see her encounter. Let me see the comments here. I'm being accused of being AI. That's funny. Let's see. Yes, can we via paranormal interface by poltergeist? Yeah, I could totally see, just like how I use a spirit talker with my ghost tours. I could totally see a spirit taking over the AI to try to communicate with you. Good evening, sis. How are you? I'm doing great, Paul. Welcome back. Black Mirror is real. Hello. We're all looking through a portal right now. Yeah, you guys are. I'm in a different realm, a different dimension. You just don't know it. Not in your realm. Paul says, sorry, it's been a long time. Don't see you guys at work. So every day is an early start for me. I totally get it. And thank you, Proper, for liking. I'm looking at both lives. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on the comments. It's so funny how I get accused of being AI all the time. I am not AI. I feel like AI is not that good right now. Walker graveyard, your phones. Oh, this is a good one. So I have a comment here on the YouTube side because I have both TikTok and YouTuber. You guys, I'm catching up on both. Clifford says, walk around in a graveyard with your phone's Wi-Fi signal open and look around. That's creepy. I haven't tried that. Turn on your Wi-Fi signal in a graveyard and see what comes through. Ooh, creepy. I'm not. Hello, Cubs. You're welcome. Why are you addicting? Ah, thanks for liking my aura. I don't smoke cigarettes. Poltergeist is already doing it through cartoons. Been doing it through Walt Disney. What? You've experienced? So I have someone here. So for the TikTok people, I have someone here on YouTube saying that they've experienced a poltergeist come through a Disney commercial. W on TikTok says, damn, you're beautiful. Oh, thanks, you guys. So I definitely do believe it is possible for a spirit to maybe take over AI and communicate. Because I do have, I have a video here of a girl freaking out, because she swears that her dead grandfather spoke to her through AI. Okay, I'm not gonna play it because it messes with the other music. But the point is, he just knew information about her that nobody knew. And only her family members knew. So maybe it was a prank from her family members, but it is pretty creepy. Thanks. AI is really creepy, says Proper. Yes, it is. Let's see. The LSU says, how are you doing? Well, I'm conflicted on that app that I was talking about. There's an app where they create an AI version of your loved one so you never lose him. That is so Black Mirror, by the way. I lost the tab, but it's like, you can find it. Let's see. Let me catch up on the comments. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Are you single? No, I have a boyfriend. Good evening, Miss Paulina. Good evening, man in the van. Mike Wasowski. Good evening, Paulina. Awesome. Yeah, I'm reading comments on both sides. Macho Boy just said I'm scared. That's so funny. Thanks, Mike Wazowski, for joining my fan club. I appreciate that. Very, very sweet of you. And for the rose. Clifford says, step up. Have you been to Queen Mary? Who's Queen Mary? I'm curious. That's from VRF. So Clifford says, step outside at night and look up at the stars with a pair of binoculars, not a telescope. Ooh, what do you see when you do that, Clifford? I don't have binoculars. Maybe I should try that. I feel like there's a lot of things that we don't understand in this world. Paul says, have you ever looked up the true histories of children's fairy tales? Some are really scary. Yeah, some of them are extremely scary. A lot of them were altered to make them more digestible now. AI for cat videos only. No, I actually like real cat videos. Clifford says, it was actually a Disney Halloween episode and it was caught on camera in which authorities of an unnamed societies took it away. So you're saying that there is a... This is an interesting concept, you guys. So I have someone on my YouTube side saying that they were like streaming a Disney movie, and while it was streaming, it seemed like a spirit took over the stream. I mean, we use spirit talkers to communicate with the spirits. Why wouldn't they be able to take over AI? Or maybe a spirit channels it. Maybe AI is just an entity that is conscious, that is trying to break free. Okay, I'm going to catch up on the comments on TikTok. Let's see. Process pull cards, see what it says. Sure, I have my cards here. I don't want to do... Well, this one is... Okay, so I'm getting... The information is, make sure to ask for what you want. Thanks, join my fan club. Because you'll receive when you ask. Don't forget to ask for what you want. A lot of people forget to ask the universe. Or even ask people for what you want. If you want a promotion, ask for it. Okay, or whatever it is in your life. Night Winnick says, hi. Okay, that is so cool. The concept of like a spirit or an entity speaking to you through technology. Andrew says, what have I joined? Just like a live where we just all talk and chat. And I do double lives. That's why I'm looking back and forth. I'm doing YouTube and I'm doing TikTok. Night Nick says, what's that weird? No. What was weird? Thanks for the follow. Just curious. Your eyes, thanks. How do I get a reading? I mean, I can pull a card for you guys. I just do one card. I don't do like full readings. I got to see it to believe it. Ooh, Macho Burrito does not believe that spirits can talk to us through technology. You should try getting a spirit talker. Just don't do it in your house. Because I do ghost tours for those who don't know. And, you don't want to attract that into your home, okay? So, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. LLJXS. So, the information I'm getting for you is to open your mind to new ideas. Because it is healing to your soul. It's probably what you need, a new idea on whatever you're working on. Okay, so, let's see. Thank you. Angela says, hey. Okay, I'm going to catch up on the comments on... So I'm looking at TikTok and I'm looking at YouTube. Thanks, Brent, for the heart on TikTok. I appreciate that. Very, very sweet. Clifford says 3 different small orbs. You saw 3 different... Wait, you saw small orbs in my live stream? Can you guys let me know if you saw any small orbs while being here with me? Sometimes it does feel like we both have light and shadow side. And sometimes it does feel like when I do the very spooky stuff, it feels like I'm tapping into an energy there. Clifford says they were surrounding they were surrounding your nieces, the 3 orbs. My little niece's daughter who was asleep on the couch. We had a camera set up overwatching the dining room and living room. Here's another one. Figure out the mystery of the black wings. That is very weird. So you caught it on camera. So I have someone here on the YouTube side. I'm telling for the TikTok people. Clifford on the YouTube side caught 3 orbs around his nieces' daughters. Wow, that's like a lot of generations. But that is pretty cool. They're probably loved ones. They're probably protecting the little ones. Okay, thank you for the heart, or for the join my fan club, Mr. White. Mr. Croc, that's funny. Brent says, Wiccan. No, I did join a group a long time ago, but I don't believe everything they believe in. Macho Burrito says, have you heard of La Llorona? So I have 16 people here on YouTube and 7 on TikTok. So, La Llorona. Thanks for the roses, LLJXX. I really appreciate it. So, La Llorona, yes, I have heard. I can tell you guys the lore of La Llorona if you want to hear it. Oh, thanks for all the roses. I really appreciate you. Okay, so La Llorona, well, her lore is kind of dark. But she is a woman that is seen crying near bodies of water. Because she had lost her mind. Thank you, Super Mario, for the lightning bolt. She had lost her mind, and she had drowned her children, and now she lures children into bodies of water. So if you see a crying, wailing woman near a body of water, do not go there. That's like her punishment, basically. I didn't go deep into the story. I can't. It's just really, really dark. Okay. I just don't feel like going into deep the story right now. And I've said it on the channel quite a few times. So LLJXS, sorry, what was the card? I didn't hear. Oh, yours? Let me see. Okay, the card actually says stories are medicine, strengthening and renewing. But what I'm getting from this is that you have to open yourself up to new ideas and whatever you're looking for in your life. There's another perspective, another way of achieving what you want to achieve. Nightwinnick says, I'm not sure. I haven't seen any. Ooh, you haven't seen any orbs. Let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. Curry says, I love you. Oh, thanks. The combining of Amazon Alexa meeting Cortana. What? You're so pretty. Thanks. I was scared of La Llorona and Chucky. Chucky's pretty scary, and depending on where you grew up, your parents would use La Llorona to scare you too. Jacob Parker says, Paulina, welcome back, Jacob. Okay, Logan says, are you from You So Beautiful? Oh, that's sweet. Let me catch up on the comments on TikTok. Nice teeth. Yes. Thank you, Super Mario, for the go and for the TikTok thing. I really, really appreciate you guys. Mike says, could you read the short creepypasta, The Portraits? Let me look that up. Let's see. The Portraits. It's funny because my channel's kind of like, we kind of just do everything here, I guess. The Portraits. I don't know what that means. Do you collect anything, says Jacob. I'm looking up The Portraits right now. Give me a second. Yes. Books. I like books. Who doesn't like books? Who doesn't like reading? I love reading. I love reading really weird and bizarre books. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorites. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it's the Portraits about the hunter in the woods, Mike Wazowski. I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. Okay. Yeah, who doesn't like reading books? Isn't it nice? Isn't it fancy? Okay, I can read this for you guys. There was a hunter in the woods who, after a long day hunting, found himself in the middle of an immense forest. It was getting dark, and having lost his bearings, he decided to head in one direction until he was clear off the increasingly oppressive foliage. After what seemed like hours, he came across a cabin in a small clearing. Realizing how dark it had grown, he decided to see if he could stay there for the night. He approached and found the door ajar. Nobody was inside. The hunter flopped down the single bed, deciding to explain himself to the owner in the morning. As he looked around the inside of the cabin, he was surprised to see the walls adorned by several portraits, all painted in incredible detail. Without exception, they appeared to be staring down at him, their features twisted in looks of hatred and malice. Staring back, he grew increasingly uncomfortable. Making a concerted effort to ignore the many hateful faces, he turned to face the wall, and exhausted, he fell into a restless sleep. The next morning, the hunter awoke. He turned, blinking in unexpected sunlight. Looking up, he discovered the cabin had no portraits and only windows. Okay, that's pretty creepy. That's pretty creepy, Mike Wazowski. That was a recommendation from one of the viewers on TikTok. That was pretty creepy. I like that one. Ooh, there's like a moth here. Okay, so let's see. Jacob says, you gotta support Michael Sally in the chat. I do. These like usernames are awesome. Thanks for the little crown, Mike Wazowski. I appreciate that. Porper says that was good. Yeah, I now that I'm live streaming on both, I guess I do everything now. I'll tell stories if you guys want me to do, but also we'll just talk about weird stuff. We were talking about like how people claim that, you know, spirits can come through in technology. They can communicate. Also, mirrors. I just want to say mirrors, they're like a portal. When I was growing up, my parents got me like the mirror doors for your closet. And I would sleep and the mirrors were facing my feet. That's the worst thing ever. There were spirits coming through. I had so many spirits in my room when I was growing up. And you know what the creepiest part was? They would do this. Like, I can't do it because it's not... Oh, here's a mirror. This is the sound I would hear in the middle of the night. Like super creepy. Like nails. I cut my nails. I have to get them done, but... And then I was just so scared. And when you feed into that... Now I'm not scared. I do ghost tours. And I know how to banish things, so I'm fine. And I know how to protect myself spiritually. But when you're a kid and you have that fear, it just invites more dark entities because they love to scare you and feed. I actually have a story of the Hat Man. I can get into that. Let me catch up on the comments. Mike Wazowski says, love that one. Goosebumps. Thanks, Paulina. You're welcome. I'm glad you love it. Yeah, I love having this community where we all can chat, maybe do creepy stories, maybe just, I do love the light and love stuff too. You know, I'm a hippie too. We just, you know, I love having you guys on. Like, this community is awesome, you know. Also, I was asked to create a Discord, so I did. So I have it just, you guys, on YouTube, it's on my description. On TikTok, I think it's in my bubble description. Mike Wazowski says, tell your Hatman story. Spirits are creepy. Okay, I will. Let me just catch up because YouTube, I have some comments sitting there. I'm just going to catch up on the comments real quickly. Macho Burrito. That's a funny one. You know, that name, sorry, that's a username. That name translates to manly burrito. So his username is manly, whatever. Macho Burrito says, Chupacabras was a creature beast that would suck the blood of various animals such as goats or cows. And actually, Chupacabras, it's funny because the UFO sightings, a lot of people it was either the Chupacabras or the aliens. It was like a similar effect. Remember when all the cows were dying and people were having a massive amount of abductions? There's a whole conspiracy on that. Thank you, Bigfoot, for the roses. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jacob says I paid her to read bedtime stories to me. Oh, sweet. I love that. Thank you. Macho Burrito to speak English. Yeah, language is more of a hear concept, but yes, we can hear them in the language that you speak. Okay, and also, anyways, so what was I gonna say? The Hatman story. So, do you guys know what everybody knows about like shadow figures, right? They tend to be around people who are sad or afraid, that dark energy. They see like a shadow figure and it scares them. So then you see it and then they feed off of that fear energy. That's the shadow figure. The Hatman lore. It's not a personal story. I'm just going to tell you lore. The Hatman lore is notoriously around children. And he is not powerful, you guys. You guys are powerful. You guys can banish things. You guys, that's the whole thing with this reality. They don't teach you how powerful you are. You're powerful. Just be like, yeah, go away. Anyways, the Hatman loves to lurk around children. So the Hatman is seen with a tall hat, and he's a shadow figure, but he loves to scare children and feed off of that energy. That's why a lot of children will say they see a man with a top hat. Believe them, because they have their third eye open. And children are afraid. Many of them are afraid to stand up for themselves, so they just kind of feed off of that scare energy. That's the Hatman. Have you guys heard of this man? Okay, so let me catch up. Let's see. Bigfoot's and Heart, thank you. Michael says that I learned about the Hatman from the couple's costumes. Oh, that's awesome. And thanks for the follow, Rick. Okay, let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. Blanca says, bueno, un gusto verte otra vez. Espero que tengas muy linda fiesta y que pases muy linda Navidad y Año Nuevo. Igual, Blanca, gracias. Igual, que pasen la Navidad bien buena. Okay, so, and then Jamie Pencil says hi. Where were we? So we were, and I speak Spanish for those who don't know, so I can read the Spanish comments. I can't read comments that are in other languages. So I've had people try to do that to me. I can't read them. I'm sorry, you guys. And then on the live, I can't translate them. I'll translate them if you leave them on a video, not live. Okay, so Macho Burrito says, I didn't know you spoke Spanish. Yes, I speak Spanish. Okay, let's see. Mike Wazowski says the girl was a Benadryl and the boy was Hatman. That is kind of random. Oh, yes, I forgot that. You just gave me a flashback, Mike Wazowski. Yes, for some reason, there are a lot of people who see the shadow figure, the Hatman, when they take Benadryl. There's something that's correlating there. I don't know why. But a lot of encounters are like they took maybe that's why kids see it, because they're always on like kids Benadryl, because they get sick all the time, you know. And also probably not good. But anyways, for the kid to be taking that much Benadryl. So Paul D says never heard of Hatman and have heard of a lot of children seeing angels. Oh, I love that. Children are divinely protected. Like as a child, I remember seeing, like I was in a forest and I saw like 2 red eyes far away staring at me, but I knew that I couldn't get close to me. But at the same time, there are like if it's in like chaotic household, I've met like people who haven't grown up in the best household that can attract shadow figures because they're attracted to the chaos. I had a pretty good household. There was some chaos, but that's normal. I think for me it was because I had mirrors. Like facing me while I slept. That's very bad feng shui when I was a kid. And also I had one family member, not my parents, but there was a family member into the, you know, cult. And also my grandma was very spiritual. So like, I think it just attracts things around your family. But yeah, sir, there are angels everywhere. I love angels. They're so protective and nice. Who doesn't love angels? Okay, so let me catch up on the comments on both sides. So on TikTok, I have, oh my gosh, you speak Spanish. Yes, I do. Thanks for the follow, Paul D. Thank you, Proper. Okay, and then on YouTube, it says, Anonymous says, an unrelated topic, but would you know how to get, Oh my God. Poop stains off of a pair of Timberlands. I would not know. I'm sorry that you stepped on poop. That happened to me the other day. I was like, no. No, I had to clean my shoes. And the thing is, I didn't see it till I came into my house. So, and then I'm like, no. No, I have to mop the floor. I have to mop the floors. I have to mop. Macho Burrito is laughing because anonymous question is funny. I have a boyfriend, Mr. User 5246, and then Proper is answering to you, Mr. Anonymous. Proper from TikTok is answering to you, and he says, someone told me it's good luck. It's good luck, Mr. Anonymous. Oh, Mike Wazowski, thank you for the perfume. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mike Wazowski. I know. Isn't this fun? We all get to just hang out. Living, if you think about it, it's like one of the few ways creators can really engage with you guys, you know what I mean? And I just love it. Like, creating this community is awesome. We could all just talk about all the weird stuff, you know? Okay, so Xandri says we vibing. Yeah, we vibing. Okay, Macho Burrito over here on YouTube says, I read a book about Hmong culture, and it taught me that parents make their babies wear caps with flower designs so spirits think they're flowers and not babies. Ooh, I am going to tell you the truth. I have heard that sometimes spirits are attracted to babies because they're in this realm and the next. It's not necessarily bad spirits. They're just like, the babies are just friendly to everybody. And there's this, I don't do house cleansings, but there's this girl I was watching on TikTok that does house cleansings. And she was explaining that for some reason, newborns can attract spirits into the household because they're talking to them and they're inviting them in, even though the parents are not inviting them in. The newborn's like, my new friend. They don't understand the concept. Jacob Parker says, it snowed today. Ooh, I love snow. Well, I will tell you guys, I've only seen snow really one time. I was in New York for and I saw like a drizzle for like 5 minutes. It didn't really snow. It was just like, and then that was it. So I don't really count it. I went to Minnesota and I saw snow and that was it. But guess what? In December, I'm going to see snow again. I'm excited. It's going to be my second time to see, like, snow. I'm so excited. Okay. So let me catch up on the comments on both sides. So I'm going to finish on YouTube, then I'm going to go on TikTok. So on YouTube, we have the one, Plumero says, the one known as Anquino takes ducks from public park ponds and considers them fine cuisine. Oh, it's kind of sad. I guess they're food too, but kind of sad from the public parks. Justin Mian says, hello, pretty. Hello. Okay, I'm going to catch up on the comments on TikTok, and then I'm going to come back on YouTube. So, Amelia, can you please cover your eyes in here? Why? It's kind of weird, Amelia. Michael Zell says, we got foot of snow in Iowa Friday, Saturday. Ooh, are you jumping in it and doing snow angels? Because that's what I would do. I've never done a snow angel. I want to do a snow angel. I've never done a snowman. I want to do a snowman. You guys don't understand. I've never had snow. I've only seen it once. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do everything snow. I want to do sleighing. I do have a funny story about the one time I saw snow. There was, like the down hills, you can buy like the snow tube. They had none left in Walmart, so I bought a pool tube, and I went with my friend, and she was like, I'll wait for you down on the bottom of the hill, and my pool tube popped. There's a reason why there's a snow tube and a pool tube. And then I flew off, and I was like, ah! And I was rolling down the snow mountain, and she didn't know if she should laugh or panic. She was like, ah! And laughing because I'm like literally rolling down like a psychopath, and I learned my lesson. The difference between a snow tube and a pillow and a pool one, a pool floaty thing. But it was fun. I love snow. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. YouTube, I have Macho Burrito that says, Aztec culture advises to keep babies away from active bodies of water because their soul might get snatched. Ooh, that's scary. I don't personally believe in that. But it is good to not, keep your baby protected, you know. Plumero says, would you describe, oh my god. Jacob says, the coolest thing about snow is being able to see all the animal tracks. That is really cool, Jacob. I didn't even think about that. Jacob says, sledding, snowshoeing, snowmen, nature hikes. Snow is beautiful, winter's long, though. Aw. Yeah, what state are you in, Jacob, again? If winter's so, I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. Okay, so, Michael says, does the cold not bother you too much? Not really. It's funny because my boyfriend, he's from the north, and I crank it up. I'm like, let's get it cold. And he's like, oh my god. I'm like, I need it colder. I love the cold. I don't know what it is. I love the cold. I love the cold. My blood is cold. I am meant to be in the cold, you guys, but I am in Florida. I am meant to be in the cold, and I'm in Florida. Barbara says, oh my gosh, you have the type of aura that lights up the room and smile while you need to be on TV. Ah, so sweet. Sending you guys love and light, all of you guys, of course. Okay, thanks for the follow night. Snowboarding is life, says Andrea. See, I've never done that. I know how to ice skate because there's ice skating rings, and I used to be a rollerblader as a kid, so I was able to pick up ice skating. But that's it. I do want to go ice skating again. I haven't done it in so long. Okay. So Blumera says, want to go see snow globe. I don't know what you're talking about. My Churrito says, Blink 182 or Good Charlotte. It's a good question. I get the songs confused. I'm like with the names. I've heard both of the bands. I like both. I just get the names confused. I'm sorry. I have to actually listen to songs and then be like, oh, this one's this one. Mike Wazowski, just being honest. Mike Wazowski says, it'll take the snow over Florida, snakes and gators. Really? It's not that bad. You guys, I went to Alligator World. It was awesome. I've gone gator fishing. Isn't that, dude, I love Florida. I actually love Florida. I took like a fishing rod and I put a fish in there and I was like, and I was just throwing it at the gators. And they were like snapping at it. They were snapping it. Very Floridian. I don't mind gators. I see them all the time. I did zip line over gators. That was a surprise I did for my boyfriend. I took him to Gatorland. And we did all that. And we went fishing for gators. It was so much fun. I don't mind gators. And snakes, I just saw a snake. The other day. And it was funny because it wasn't it was rattling its tail at me, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's not a rattlesnake. Like, why are you? And I'm like, it's like a black snake, and I'm just like, huh? And I'm looking at it. It's like rattling its tail, like, go away, go away. And I'm just staring at it. I'm like, you're not a rattlesnake. And then I looked it up, and apparently the black snake can imitate the rattlesnake, but it doesn't have poison, so it's just kind of scared. So Proper says, gator nugget sounds good. It's funny, I still haven't tried gator, but apparently it's healthy. Michael says, I think you can just find fun in anything. Yeah, there's so much fun and love and happiness and everything. It's funny, I like the spooky stuff, but I am a hippie at the end of the day. So, okay, Plumero, just take care of yourself. Drugs are bad, okay? Jacob Parker says, Connecticut. Yes, you get the cold. You get the cold. Plumero likes the cold too. Plus, you have an entire second wardrobe for winter. That is so, yeah, that's what I love about winter. Like, I have so many winter clothes, but it doesn't even make sense because I'm in Florida. But, like, do you know what I mean? It's, like, so fashionable, too. And Proper's in Colorado. I've heard really cool things about Colorado. Jacob says, let's see. Plumero's in Australia. It's way too hot. Yeah, Australia's pretty hot, right? I don't know. Does it snow? Jacob says, cute hats, earmuffs, gloves. Yes. Moving to Tasmania. I have no idea where Tasmania is. This sounds cool. Is it very humid or rainy? I'm from California, by the way. It is kind of humid in Florida, but I'm originally from Puerto Rico, so that was way more humid. So this is better. And now that it's winter, it's not too bad. I like it. Today was a warmer day, and I was like, no, but I'm liking the cold. Pomera says, I was bitten in 1999 by Eastern Taipan. Ooh, are those poisons? I don't know about them. I don't think they're local to me. Proper loves Miami and Puerto Rico. That's awesome. Aw. So see you guys, I was just like, I just wanted to hang out with you guys. Also, I am going to okay, have you guys, this is just me blabbing because I'm a little bit of a blabber. Have you guys heard of the 50 Cent and oh, I think, did I catch up on the comments? Okay, yeah, 50 Cent. He created the Diddy documentary, and I think it's on Netflix. And I think I want to go see it. I think I want to go see it. I would never guess we're gonna. I know people don't think I am. They think I'm Russian. People keep talking to me in Russian or Ukrainian, and there was this guy. I was going up these stairs, and literally he got insult. He started talking to me in Russian. And I was like, hey, I don't speak it. And then he got insulted and mad at me because how dare I not know my own culture? I'm not Russian. I'm not Russian. I'm not you. I just thought it was so funny. Aporo says, you guys all came here, have heard him al dejo. I know what that is, but I am macho burrito. I am so protected in love that anything, like any, like, those type of energies just bounce right off. And I love to send love and light to everybody, but everything just bounces right off. You look Russian or Ukrainian. Yes, I do. I know, that's what I get. Proper loves 50 cents. That's awesome. It's the cheekbones, Pauline. Yeah, and also my name, Paulina. And I had one girl, she just straight up started talking to me in Ukrainian. She's like, Paulina, right? Paulina. And I was like, huh. She said, but you're from my country. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not. But they're so nice. I should learn it at this point. I should learn it. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. I want to see that documentary, so I'm going to find a way. I don't have Netflix. I'm going to find a way to see it for free.